What's up guys, welcome back to the video, it's Algona here, and I know I haven't posted in a long time, my apologies you guys. I was enjoying the holidays, Christmas and Easter, sorry, Easter now, not Easter, New Year's. I was enjoying New Year's, not Easter, but Easter does pair with Christmas because they're both about Christ. However, New Year's is not, so that's probably why that didn't come to my head. But anyway, we're going to be reacting / responding to Do You Have a Girl Brain by Icky. I know I already kind of did. I have to finish. I have to do another reaction video to one of Icky's videos. Like it's that one, Finster and Icky. That's that one. You guys know the one probably. You guys probably know the. You guys probably know the one. All right. So, let's just start the video.
Finster!
Yeah?
Come to me, Finster. Come into my little den. Do you like my den?
It's a nice den. It's
I crafted a den.
I'm sleepy as hell. I woke up like 10 minutes ago.
I brought Finster here to talk about the trans stuff, because we never talk about trans stuff. It's
Yeah,
a nice change of pace.
Yeah, nearly never.
I think that's a joke, because I think that's basically all they talk about now. I think. Well, Icky at least. A lot, like, as you can see, like there's another video here. Subtle signs you might be trans. Icky and Finster over there. We also got the extravaganza up there with some what's his name? What's his name? Andrew Wilson. I know he's kind of he can be rude sometimes, but that's usually when people are kind of rude to him or dishonest to him. I think that's what I've noticed. But yeah, I think he's definitely he's definitely a good debater. I'll tell you that. He's pretty good. Not that I'm a master I'm not gonna say that. Not that I'm a master at doing that. At having good conversations. You know. I just realized I almost said that. That's funny. It's funny. Anyway, let's continue the video.
I didn't know you could. I don't know what you know about transitioning. Maybe nothing. Maybe something.
I'm wearing the unreleased, never to be released Ick socks.
Oh, the ones that are just trash.
Because the factory can't make them very well. And this is also from my brand. I haven't shown this one yet.
Wow.
My comfy ass hoodie. You could use it if you feel a little bit sad about trans related issues.
It's a hoodie for dysphoria? Whatever would it be called?
That's never been invented before.
I still don't know.
I don't know why, like, the idea of, like, dysphoria, like, gender dysphoria, or, like, mental illness stuff, you know, like, bipolar disorder, autism is a big example of this, you know. It's, like, people, they make merch of it, and they're, like, or they'll go, like, you know, they'll just meme it. They'll say, guess what, guys? I have bipolar disorder. You know, oh my gosh, guys. I don't mean to be mean or anything. I'm saying, like, they'll like, and I'm probably guilty of some of this too, to be honest with you. I'm like, I have autism and ADHD, and so, like, I'm probably guilty of some of that too. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the culture kind of. It's what the culture kind of is doing, you know. It's the. Well, let me turn my mic down a little bit. There we go. Mic down a little bit there. All right, perfect. But yeah, I don't want my mic peaking. I don't want it peaking. That's for sure. I really don't want it doing that. But anyway, let's turn that. Let's change it a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's just have it at. Okay. There. Oh my gosh, I peaked there. Let's just have it at 4. At 4. And then I have this the video a little less. But anyway, let's continue.
I know what the video's about.
I know, it's fine. You can't see this because you're so far away, but I have a big script.
Why are you sitting so far away? Come.
I, unlike Icky here, don't have any script because I'm a real man. Just kidding. Okay, well, I guess Icky does identify as a woman, I think, as far as I'm aware, so. But, anyway, like, I was gonna say, like, who's the real man now? But, like, Icky doesn't really identify as a man. But Icky's still a man, though. If it's a male or female, it's a man, so.
Come closer. Come here. Give me a little.
Come
Give me a little kiss.
Oh, no.
Wait, can we make out but put the mics really close? Can we, like.
I'm gonna cut in.
Those are two dudes, by the way. So, I want to make sure. Okay. Anyway, not that two dudes can't kiss. I mean, I think biblically, or at least I mean, you could two dudes can kiss if it's like a greeting. I think would be appropriate. Like if you're like in France or if you're like Israel or something, and like you want to greet someone with a kiss, and you guys greet each other with a kiss. I mean, you're two dudes. Okay, fine, right? But obviously, if it's like in the sense of a relationship, that's gay and stuff. I mean, in either sense, both of these lads here are gay because if they aren't women and they're both men, they're gay. And if they are women and they're both women, then they're also gay. So no matter what, they're gay. So you can't escape being gay, guys. Sorry, I'm just okay. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this.
And this feels like a podcast.
I like it.
We
It's
should
funny.
talk about women and their role in society.
You've got to be the Dami mommy. That's how it works. That's
You
a
gotta
normal
pick me-
relationship
yeah.
role.
I gotta pick you up.
Yeah, I want to be picked up. I have to be taken care of and tied to the bed frame.
You did a stream
Okay.
the other day. I heard through the wall whilst I was getting ready for bed.
Well-
I hear all sorts through that door.
If you ever hear a clapping sound, that's just I just when movies end, I applaud.
I heard through the walls, through the door, that you were talking about gender identity.
The voice in your head, right? The fact that it's a guy, it sounds like my voice.
I think they live in the same house now.
Blah blah blah, right? Either way, the way it thinks, what it does, that is just your personality. You've grown up with this voice forever, right? Let's say you're AMAB, right? You're born male, you have the voice in your head. When you transition, it's still gonna be the same voice. You're probably just relating that voice to being a guy because it's the same as what it was.
I don't know what AMAB is. I don't know what that is. I'll have to. Oh, assigned male at birth. That's what it is. Okay, assigned male at the birth. Well, first of all, I think there's an error here already with that term, assigned male at birth. No one's assigned a sex. No one's assigned male or female. It's observed. It's more accurate to say it's observed, because a doctor will look at you and go, this person has the phenotype. This person has a male presenting phenotype or a masculine presenting phenotype. This person most likely, is a man, right? This person, like, chances are they're a man, right? I mean, more times than not, it's a man, right? I mean, to be honest with you. So, I mean, functionally, it's a man, basically. It's just, but anyway.
It was when you're a guy, right? Your inner monologue, right? It's the same thing. And for a lot of times, that is the reason why I say, like, I'm a guy. I am male. That's it. And the little bit of, like, doubt was the thing. The little bit of, like, liking more feminine things. Not really being too attached to anything that's a guy, that's being a guy, and not really liking it or whatever. That's the bit that made me sort of go, I should try E. I'm gender fluid, right?
Okay, so basically, so what makes you not a man is if you don't like stuff men stereotypically like? How does that work? Can someone be more or less of a man based on what they like? What would it be? There's ontology. Ontologically, like, in terms of actual being, if I say I like The Notebook, does that make me less or even Twilight or something? Does that make me less of a man, or does that make me maybe a woman because I like those things? I mean, Finster seems to think so, but I mean, okay, I don't think, like, I think this idea of what you like, or like if you like this or like that, then you're this thing. Like, liking things doesn't exactly make you what you are exactly. I mean, in an ontological sense, it just doesn't. I mean, what can I think of here? What was I thinking of? Right, there's tomboys exist, femboys exist. You're kind of erasing those categories, femboy and tomboy, right? Tomboys, heck yeah. I mean, we need some more. We need some more. Maybe Christian tomboys out there, if that's biblical. That is, I don't know if it's biblical or not. I mean, I think in some senses it can be, because I mean, obviously you want to be biblically feminine, but like, Obviously, biblical feminine standards are not the same as biblical, as like actual like modern day biblical. Sorry, modern. Again, I don't want to keep saying biblical, but modern day standards for masculinity and femininity. So, I think you could have a Christian tomboy. I think from um, but like bring back the tomboy, you guys. If it's biblical, bring back the tomboy. You know, like the thing is now is like there's less tomboys because all of them now identify as trans because they've been told enough times. Guess what? If you like masculine things, if you like things that men usually like, then you're a man actually, and you're not a woman. And it's just like, how does that make any sense? Like, I mean, if okay, first of all, since what is connect? Okay, since when is what you like connected to your ontology, connected to what you are? Like, that's the question. Since when is what you like why? If I like women things, if I like female things that females are typically like why would that? Why should I get like transition? Like should I transition? Like does that like why would I need to see why would if that's the only reason why people are trans, right? I'm not saying that is, but if that's the only reason why people are trans, if that was make you trans, if that's what makes you trans, like why do you even need a transition? If what you like makes you a woman, then you're a woman. You don't need to affirm anything else because you're a woman, right? I mean, sure, you're not a female, but like but then you're a woman according to standard. I mean, if that's female standard, then I think this is all. If that's the standard for female, it's dumb too. I think that's dumb because and for this reason, okay. Because if you're going to the doctor, right, and you need to get medication, males and females usually take different doses of medication, or I think. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a medical expert, but I think they need like from what I've heard, they need to take different doses of medication, right? They need to. Women might take less, or might be more sensitive, or less, or more sensitive, depending on, I don't know. But like basically, they take like different amounts. I think so. If I'm a woman, or if I'm a man, and I go to the doctor and I say I'm a woman, and then they prescribe me a woman dose of things, things could go wrong because I'm either going to get either one, not enough of what I'm going to need, or two, too much of what I'm going to need. Now, okay, I guess maybe they're close enough so where it might be fine, but they usually have, I mean, it might depend on the medicine and how strong this medicine is. Like, if it's like some kind of anesthetic, then yeah, you're not going to want to say, if you're a male, born male, you're not going to want to tell the doctor you're female because, then that's probably not going to turn out very well. I mean, it's because I think that even if this idea that if you like being a like if you like certain things in your woman, like even if that is separate, like here's the thing, I don't think it's definitely not more useful than the terms male and female, because our society is kind of based off of that, like the gender roles and stuff, and it's been going on pretty well. It's been going pretty well, like we've like in terms of like economics, we've made nice things. We've had stable families, kind of, I think, for like the last while, but I mean, we've had that, right? But like, it's been working. It seems like to me. I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant, but it seems like it's been working, and now we're changing that, and now we're having a bunch of people, like a bunch of educated women in college, mainly women, because I think mainly women are the ones who subscribe to like the, I guess, woke ideology, if you can really call it that. They're the ones that usually do that, and so now because women are in education, because women are educated, quote unquote educated, more like indoctrinated. They influence the vote because they can vote now, and they can influence the vote and vote the outcome. Then they can, since they have quote unquote more empathy, I guess, or in this sense at least, or like they can be manipulated to believe certain things, to vote a certain way. And once that happens, you can get them to vote for the downfall of society if you can make the society a democracy. By the way, the United States was not originally a quote-unquote democracy. It was not a full democracy. It was a constitutional republic. Hence in like whatever thing is called, like the not the American anthem, but like the thing you say in school where it's like what is it? I can't think of it right now. What is it? I'm just going on a long tangent right now. It says like to the republic to which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Like that's something you say in school, right? That's when you the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, praise the Lord that I remember that, right? So basically in the pledge you say and to the republic for which it stands, because this is supposed to be a republic, right? Now I'm not like super into like politics and when it comes to knowledge of like politician knowledge of like what is this and what's that. And I should probably know more about this stuff. But I know democracy is something where you all vote on something. You vote on something and then that wins. It's basically the mob rule kind of thing. So if enough people want a certain thing, they can do it. If enough people, and that means as well, if it's a full democracy at least, if enough people want a certain thing, if they want to take away your rights, if they want to take the rights of the minority, they can do that because if they all vote on it, if the majority votes away the rights of the minority, or if they vote against that, then they can take away their rights, right? So if we can make America if we make America a democracy, if then then we can then people could like make mob rule and then vote away the rights of minorities or even the majority vote away the majority's rights even. I mean, if you get enough of them to vote, if you get enough women or men to vote, especially since women are also like the college educated women supposedly, those are like the main ones that are like, I guess woke, I guess, but yeah, basically, I mean, it's like, and I'm not saying that America was like primarily only a republic. I mean, it's probably like a democratic republic or something. I think, but I need to get more educated on this. So don't listen to what I'm saying entirely when it comes to this. Like, take this with a grain of salt. That's why I say this a lot. Or certain things like I might not be like incredibly educated on. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'm just a VTuber, man. Like, what am I? Like I'm not like I'm not like I was gonna say apologist, but I am an apologist. Not exactly a political apologist, or at least not a very good one if I am one, but I guess I am one when it comes to transgender stuff, but like not really much other stuff when it comes to politics. Transgender stuff and Christianity, that's basically what I do. So anyway, let's continue.
That was what that is. But I also only ever dress like a guy. I never try and look more feminine. So I was kind of just gonna try and do it.
We had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
We had like a mini therapy session, effectively.
Mini, it lasts like 3 hours.
We had a 3-hour therapy session.
I really hate therapy sessions because they last for like 30 minutes. So we had a 3-hour therapy session.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about myself by just talking.
But you talked about something that we mentioned, that the voice in your head is not gendered.
Yeah.
You got kind of stuck on this idea that because the voice that you hear in your brain that you've had forever is a guy.
Yeah, it sounds like
you're
me.
Stuck in that. That's your...
Well, okay. Your brain doesn't have vocal cords. Your brain can emulate other voices, obviously. You can hear if you've got a girlfriend, if you're lucky enough to have one, or fortunate enough to have a wife, you could probably hear her voice in your head. Especially if you're married, like if you do something wrong and you could probably hear your wife saying, if you do something wrong and you did something wrong, you probably already hear your wife saying, hubby, why, and just kind of going off on you about it. Maybe, I mean, or I can hear them talking to you about it, I mean, you could probably hear their voice, and it probably sounds feminine, right? I mean, your brain doesn't have vocal cords, so your brain is not fixed to, like, a certain, like, masculine or feminine voice, right? And even male voices can sound feminine. Like, you can change your voice, too. But I don't think that's a bearing on whether you're male or female. Like, males generally sound a certain way, females also generally sound a certain way. How you sound does not make you male or female. It's not a deciding factor here, so I don't know why they're mentioning this. I mean, I guess it's like the video's called, "Do you have a girl brain?" I mean, but like, would even having a girl brain mean that you have a girl body? And would having a girl brain really mean you're actually a girl, or at least fully a girl? And can someone even have a girl brain? Well, I guess we're gonna find that out in this video. So.
But isn't that everyone?
societal role. Well, yeah, kind of.
What does your voice sound like in your head?
My voice in my head. Let me think. Let me hear it. The voice in my head is definitely like lower than my real voice.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's shifting over time. I still feel it like kind of guyish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you like have the urge to like throw spears and shit like I do?
No. I just want to say that this video is for people who are fairly confident that, okay, wait, I don't even have to explain myself. You cannot make a cis person trans. You cannot convince a cis person to even nearly be trans. I don't know why I have.
Really? Really? I mean, okay, then. Okay, here's the thing, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm like sighing right now, but like, I'm just saying, I had to take a breath for a second. Uh, I don't think it doesn't have necessarily have to do with what Icky said, but okay. I think you can make a cis person trans if you lie to them enough and you tell them a certain thing enough times. And you gaslight them enough, and then you tell them, and then you basically support it with a bunch of quote unquote science. You know, like you could probably make a cis person trans. You could probably do that. Why is the amount of trans people? If you can't make a cis person trans, why is the amount of people who identify as trans go up? Like, I gotta look at statistics for this. Amount of people identifying as trans, over time. As education should be. It says adults and youth, so United States. So that's 2, 3. Yeah, it's like 7. Like, dude, it's 13 to 17. That's almost a million people. 13 to 17. Like, why is adults? Let's see, adults. 2.4 million adults. And look how many kids. It's a lot of kids, dude. Why does the South have so many transgender population? What the heck? Okay, okay, I don't think this is probably not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. Uh, it's not well known. There's also surveys of the population size of transgender people in the United States. The estimated number of transgender adults significantly increased over the past decade. With the current best estimate of 390 per 100 adults, about that's one in about 250 adults, almost 1 in a million Americans. That's more typical of younger adults than of the entire population. We expect that the future survey will find higher numbers of transgender people. Will recommend the standard questions be used, which allow more typical population size. So, 2007 population transgenders. Okay, I don't know what these are. Well, it's gone up like a bit, I guess. I don't know, like that's just like 20. That's 2015. That's not even. Okay. I don't know if this is a good source, but okay. I suppose this. Okay, so it went up like or it went up, then it went down to 2019, and then as soon as like I think this is like Biden went in office. I think. Uh, yeah, it went up significantly. It went up significantly after 2019, like, from like literally like almost 0%, right? Let's say even say like from 2020, it went from like 2% to like 9%, which is like a 7% increase. Which is a significant increase. I actually wait a minute. This is wait a minute. I should probably see like I don't know. I don't know what these are. Actually, I should probably figure that out. That's probably stupid. Uh. Uh. 16. I should probably read this one. It's like back in October, there was splashy data finding from several surveys of young people that were less likely to identify as transgender in the most recent data. Eric Kaufman reached at the conclusion using results of a poll and/or Phillips Academy students. So these are academy data from Brown University and large questionnaire field by Fire. Gene Twenge ran the system analysis on college-age respondents' cooperative election study and came to a very similar conclusion. Share 18 to 22-year-olds who identify as transgender had dropped noticeably between 2022 and 2024. So it went from like 3% in 2020 to like 6%, like so 3% more in like in just like literally just like 2 years, and then it went down and like within like 2 years like another like the same amount, like another 2%. This one went up like significantly, like I said, like went up like 7%, 9% since like 2017, basically. This one from like 4% to like that went up a little bit, and stuff. So I don't. I went up like not even maybe a percent, not even a percent, and then it went down like a whole percent there. So I mean, yeah, basically people like increasing the amount of like maybe this isn't like the best source, but like from what I've seen, right? I mean, people like people like increase in identifying as transgender in this area, and then decreased a whole bunch. Would you see that? Do you think you'd see that if you couldn't convince people to be trans? Like especially this is not even like data from for like from the 90s or like the early 2000s to this point. Then you'd probably see a much bigger increase to this point. I mean, I know the common argument to this would be like, well, actually, it's because it's more accepted now and stuff. But like, what should I say that? I mean, it's also more encouraged now. It's more encouraged now too. I mean, it could be either of those things. But I mean, I think there was a thing with like left-handedness or like back in like the 60s, early back then. I forgot what it was, but I did see that in a video where like left-handedness, that supposedly that went up a bit when like left-handedness was like allowed in like schools, but it didn't go up as much as like the transgender stuff did. The transgender stuff went up a whole lot, right? Like how many people do you really think before that actually felt themselves to be a woman, right? I mean, it's no wonder, especially if you teach people that, well, if you like things that women like, then you are a woman ontologically, and you should get surgery to look more like a woman, to affirm your feeling of being a woman because you like women things, or things women, quote, stereotypical women like. And that's basing your whole thing off of stereotypes, basically. But I mean, of course, if you say that's the standard of being a woman, you're going to see a lot more people identify as a woman if you say, well, that's the standard of being a woman, right? I mean, of course you're going to see a giant increase of that. I mean, that would make sense.
I have to keep saying that this is like, I don't know, I have to do the safety thing.
I don't know. Hey, listen.
Like, Guy's gonna react to the video again.
Back when like psychologists seemed to have infinite power to do like insane shit. They did a lot of stuff with like, oh, let's raise this boy as a girl and just see what the fuck he does. Turns out.
You mean John Money? You mean John Money, you guys? I mean, isn't that what he did?
Badly. It does not end well.
Miserable.
You can't make a cis person trans.
I guess that's just a good point, but like at the same time though, it's not the same thing as, well, it wasn't like, I mean, I don't know how he treated the kid. But nowadays you see people like, praising it, and saying, if you disagree with the ideology, then you're a bad person or whatever. And if you do, if you are trans, you get a community, you get a whole community, you get an LGBTQ community to affirm you. I mean, and stuff. I mean, do you really think that John Money, based on what he did, was a really loving parent and did the same things that that like the same did the same kind of affirmations that the people do now? I mean, you also have like people in power, very influential people, affirming this. Like you'll have like, I mean, you'll have like the people in office like affirming this kind of thing. I mean, you'll have like the most powerful people in the country affirming this type of thing. And so, I mean, do you think? I mean, one propaganda minister once said, I believe his name was what was his name? Joseph Goebbels. He said, I think this is what he said. A lie told once is still a lie, but a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth. I mean, that can be true to some extent, at least. I mean, at some point, you can get people to believe crazy stuff. I mean, also, this was just one example with some people, like with like 2 kids, right? Like, this is one example among, but now you see like a wide scale example in America and across the globe with this being encouraged. And so, I mean, what you can believe, like one example that's like from the 80s and stuff. I think also testosterone, I think, was also probably higher back then as well. Because nowadays we're probably eating worse stuff in our foods. But like, also don't quote me on that as well. But yeah, I mean, I gotta stop. I gotta stop ranting, Mike. I gotta stop yapping, bro. I know that's why. I don't know if that's what you guys come for, but I mean, I hope you do. I like to yap, but I'm like 30 minutes into this video, and I'm only watched like 4 minutes of this video. I'm 30 minutes into the one I'm making, and then like this video is only 4 minutes into it. Oh my gosh.
And if you're thinking you might be,
Exactly. Like you can explore your identity. You can make mistakes.
you can only go so wrong.
You can think I'm this and then go back. You're allowed to explore, but nothing that I say will ever turn a cis person trans. So I wanted to talk about the fact that the voice in your head is not gendered. Your brain, your existence, right? There is genuine research that being transgender is something that starts during your development in the womb. Easy way to understand it is that your brain develops, like let's say male to female. You're a tiny little embryo. You're already an embryo. But
It's a tiny.
your brain develops female. There is a misfire in one part of the development. Kind of slips up.
Brain develops female. Then why the heck is there such a big increase, right? I mean, well, let's do this. I mean, increase in people in trans people in last 20 years. Because I'm sure it's pretty big. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but this is a... No. That's from 2014. Oh yeah, that's right. Read this. It's 1%. Which that makes it's more common among younger people than older. I wonder why. Why is it common than younger people than older? If it's I mean, the younger people, it would make sense if it was a thing, if you could change it, because then like, I don't know if you guys can see the but okay, basically okay, yeah, you guys can see this. Okay, basically, it would make sense if it was if it could be changed. If it was in the younger people, because the younger people are more impressionable, and they're newer, and they have less they have less experience to back up and solidify their beliefs that they are actually a man, right? I mean, or they are actually the way they were born, right? I mean, so I mean, so it would make sense. So this is data from 2 million American adults who completed this representative behavioral risk factor service. 18-year-olds since 2014. So this is since 2014. That is 12 years. This is only like 12 years, you guys. This is only like 12 years. I actually no, I probably got it wrong. Yeah, no, it's 12 years. data were available up to 2022. So this is actually 8 years, just 8 years. When you wrote the paper, I included 23 data, which is released a few weeks ago, so 9 years. Among all adults and among transgender, 0.53%, 5 out of 100, so basically half a percent in 2014 to 89% in 2023. Okay, that's almost doubling, I guess. 9 out of 100, so that's almost doubling in 2023. 68%. No, maybe it's not doubling, but like 68% increase. 68% increase is considerable. But keep in mind, 2013, like there's still probably stuff going on. I mean, this is not even, or 24. This is not even like with the 2026. So this is not even also like from like the 1990s, like and stuff back then too. American adults still less than 1%. It looks to change substantial, but not huge. Like trends within age groups. This is better answer. Question identifying trends within age groups. This is better answer the question of whether identifying transgender is increased among younger adults if the generation shift. Increases among here the increases are much larger among 18 to 24-year-olds. Identifying as transgender has gone up from 0.59% to 2014 to 3.8%. That's like 2023, which means it has quintupled, so 5 times with younger people. I wonder why it's the younger people and not everyone, and not just the older people that increased this much. I wonder why it's the younger people, because why would you see this? I mean, unless there's like something in our food, or unless there's like something that's different with people now, that people are birthing people just different now. Like, unless there's like different stuff in that case, that would somehow make someone transgender, then or it would make somebody like this. I don't understand how like what I don't understand how like you could be like how you're like born this way, or like how you wouldn't be able to change somebody's mind, because it's all the younger people. It's the 18 to 24 years olds, right? The people that were born in the era of about like this many people being trans, and then they're still growing up, and they're also in college, so the educated, probably also college people, I would imagine, like increased a bunch, right, within this time. So 18 to, see, so 65 plus, see, it's so low, it's really low with 65 plus, it's so low. 55, 45, the adult, even these adults, like the 25 to 30, sorry, the 25 to 34, it's up, and the younger it goes, the more people are trans. I wonder why. Because they grew up in an era where, okay, I guess you could say grew up in an era where trans is more accepted, but they grew up in an era where it's more propagandized in a sense, right? It's more encouraged, and it's like you see it more, and I mean, to some extent it's a trend, I think, but I'm not saying entirely it's a trend. I'm not saying there aren't people who actually struggle with gender dysphoria, but anyway, let's continue.
Does its job badly, and it triggers testosterone development, right? So that is a kind of...
Okay, so it says something that develops badly and it triggers testosterone development. Okay, but just, okay. Well, do they produce sperm, though? Do they produce sperm? Or is it in their DNA to produce sperm? How are we defining woman here?
One theory on how trans people exist, that their brain is the gender they transition to the whole time, and then their body just kind of it up.
The womb is basically like any McDonald's worker, where they're throwing the burger together, and there's a nearly 100% chance it ain't gonna be perfect. That's why everyone has issues. Every now and then you forget the mayo, and then you end up transgender. It just happens. Especially if it's one of those soy meat burgers.
That was really good.
Oh, thanks.
I worked in Burger King when I was a teenager, and I made the burgers perfectly.
You said, yeah.
I nailed it. Someone told me it was the best burger they ever had, which is
He made the burgers perfectly the way they were. I'm just
insane.
Burger.
At this point, you're probably...
Okay, let's mute this. That's BetterHelp. I don't know. I heard since I was going on with BetterHelp, but
Theory,
yeah.
right? I'm
Burger.
so I believe this theory,
yeah.
right? I believe that it is this because it's not something that comes and goes. It's not like you can live your whole life ignoring it, because that's how people
also here's the thing. Wouldn't it also be like an error, like a fallacy, to say that your brain's a certain way, so you're actually female instead of male. Like if you're a male or and actually your brain developed differently, does that mean you're actually a female and you should change your body to match your brain? Like why should you? Even in that case, why should you do that? Like why would that be the thing you should do, or why would that be the thing that should ever be encouraged? I mean, aren't you fine just the way you are? Like still like there's like the like isn't it said like you're perfect just the way you're, well not perfect, oh no, it's actually technically perfect, but I'm not saying that everyone's fine the way they are. I'm just saying like isn't it like a saying from like the LGBT that you're born fine just the way you are? Like why do you need to change your body to match your brain if you're fine the way you are, right? I mean, like really, I mean, why would that be encouraged so much if you're fine the way you are? I mean, it's kind of hypocritical, but or kind of goes against the message, but I mean, whatever.
Explain being trans to cis people. They go, oh, my brain is different to my body.
Yeah.
Right? So your brain is already the
Also, Finster literally just said it. I know this is not the same video. If it was the same video, I'd probably find more significance to it. But Finster, these guys know each other. Like Finster, though, said that, well, what got him questioning is that he liked girl things. And he didn't like a lot of typically male things, right? So that means he's a woman. Or well, I guess he didn't directly say that, but he said that he started questioning, being gender fluid or whatever. But, like, so is this, my question to that would be, my question to you, Icky, and my question to you, Finster, would be, okay, well, so do people like male things and male associated things, like masculine things and feminine things, because they are a man? Like, do people like or because their brain is a certain, like, is because, well, obviously because their brain is a certain way, but because their brain is like let's say they like dolls and Barbies, right? Does that mean is that because their brain developed a certain way, like when it comes to like estrogen or testosterone? Is that because their brain developed quote unquote different from their bodies? So that, if a man likes that, like, does that mean a man's brain developed less testosterone? So basically, or something like so he likes Barbies and stuff. I mean, how is that a good measure even? Like, okay, that's that's my question.
gender that you were in a transition to.
Mm-hmm.
So the voice in your head is purely social.
Yeah, that is
It's
weird.
based on kind of how you hear yourself talk, your like vocal cords, you know,
Yeah,
like it's
my voice in my head is the voice that I speak with, and
Yeah.
I always wondered. It's the same thing like if you know people that are bilingual or whatever, what language they think in, and they always say, oh, it's kind of a weird little mix. I wonder sometimes.
Well, that's because you have both. Because as someone who's like trying to learn languages and stuff and who likes learning languages, like, I guess, I mean, I'm not fluent in anything but English as of now, but like, sometimes like, I mean, I can kind of I can kind of think in like a different language if I try to. I mean, I could imagine like whatever language is being used most at the time around the area of a person who's like bilingual, they'd probably be using that language. Like if they live in if like a person who speaks English and Spanish, right? If they lived in Mexico, right? They're probably gonna think in Spanish. Like if they're fluent in Spanish, they're probably gonna think in Spanish because they're it's the functionally most thing that makes most sense to do because you're in Mexico and people are speaking Spanish around you, so you'd probably do that. That's just my guess anyway.
Like, if I did voice training or something, or if someone did voice training, this is probably something for the comments to answer as well. I
Yeah.
gotta know, if you did this, would your voice in your head change too much?
You know, I did voice training, right?
But it's weird that I want to know if
So-
your experience is universal.
The voice in my head is shifting slowly. With transitioning in general, it's incremental, so you yourself don't notice all the changes.
Mine's more masculine. Sometimes what happens is
Yeah.
I'll be upset about something, and in my
Yeah.
head I'd like yell.
Yeah.
But when I yell in real life, it comes out much more like a 12-year-old boy that's annoyed. It's like that, rather than like the scream in I sound like Thor in my head.
Aww. If you're AMAB and you grew up as a guy, you were socialized as a guy, you were taught that you are a guy. You know, you had to play
Yeah.
with dinosaurs, which was cool. I
Dinosaur
love playing
slap.
with dinosaurs. You had to play with other boys sometimes. Like, you are really forced into that role societally, unless you have like really cool parents. Most of the time, you go through like
Really
now
cool parents. I mean, okay, like So like if I don't know, like cruel parents, I don't know.
puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that like deepens your voice. It basically masculinized. Is that a word?
Yeah.
It boyifies your
Ooh.
brain. It's changing your brain chemistry to be more guy. Your voice is gonna be
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Something ain't right. Wait a minute. Hold up. Something ain't right. If you guys know where that's from. So this just contradicts, from what I understand, what Icky just said a little while earlier. So you're born transgender, right? Because something's wrong in your brain. So your brain's different. But then you can't change that you're transgender because you can never make a cis person trans, but you can make a trans person cis, or seemingly, or you can, because you could change someone's brain chemistry. If you raise them as a boy, you can change their brain chemistry, become more boyish. This contradicts, from what I understand, what Icky just said. I didn't have to make that argument. If I made an argument back then, like, I didn't have to make an argument, bro. I could have just played the video. You guys. I could have just played the video. That's all. Unbelievable. If you guys make it this far in the video, by the way, thank you so much for watching this much. I appreciate it so much if you guys are watching this far. That shows that you really like watching my videos and you enjoy hearing me yap or enjoy watching me absolutely destroy some liberals or whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm not like, I don't think I have the mindset, at least, of like, oh, destroy liberals or whatever. I don't think I got that mindset. Maybe I do, but I don't know. I'm not trying to be like the annoying debate bro right now. So, or I'm not trying to be the annoying debate bro in general. So, anyways, continue.
more guy in your head. You're gonna think that you fit this role because you have certain male gender-based urges.
A lot of the way that the voice in my head manifests is just like a version of me. So if I see myself as a guy, it'll be a guy, which is a very weird thing because every now and then it swaps, and it's
Yeah.
very weird for an experience.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Gender fluid in action, possibly.
Yo, it is weird. Gender
Yeah.
fluid motherfuckers out there. It's crazy, right?
It's kind of like a mixture of the learned things, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of gender presentation, very performative.
It's all performative.
Well, it's not. Gender is innate. It exists. People don't know. It's kind of like a difficult science to understand. But that's how cis people exist and how trans people exist. You have to have an innate gender to be comfortable with it or uncomfortable with it.
Innate gender. So I'm assuming, since they're talking about gender and saying it's innate, I don't think they're talking about sex, though. I don't think they're talking about like male, female. I think they're talking about like, but then they also mentioned biological things in the brain, like I don't know. I don't exactly know how they define these terms, which would be good to know how they define these. So
Right?
we
We should do this as a podcast, but like get every different gender identity in it. So we need like one cis guy here. We need
Yeah,
like a
with
cis
trap
girl.
doors under their feet.
Oh yeah.
And if we don't,
Game show. If you know your trans questions.
if you know that you're trans and you're struggling with the full commitment, just remember that a lot of the social stuff is performative. I personally did a lot of performative stuff and it made me really uncomfortable. But I just thought that, like, I blamed a lot of my stuff on, like, social anxiety.
Right.
I was like, I just have a lot of social anxiety. I'm just really anxious. I don't like doing these, like, male-based things because I'm just anxious. But I wish I was doing
Or maybe you're just a femboy. Maybe that's it. Or maybe it's the way you're viewing it, maybe. Maybe it's the way that you're looking at it. I mean, a lot of things, what I've learned is, for me, like, a bit of the things come from the way you look at things. Your perspective can change. Can change the world you live in. Not physically, but like, it can change how you see the, well, perspective is how you see the world. But like, if you change your perspective, it can change how you see the world. Okay, I'm just kidding. Who's that? Okay, that's a clip right there. No one's probably clipping this, but like, especially not this far in the video. But yeah, but guess what, guys? If you change perspective, it'll change how you see the world. Can you believe it? But no, what I mean to say is like, it'll change like how. It'll change your life in a sense. It can help with things depending on how you look at things. Right? If you look at things a certain way, like if you look at things with like a negative Nelly kind of thing, if you look at things with like a glass half empty kind of thing, then you're gonna probably be more miserable. You're going to feel stressed out more, probably. I mean, I don't have any stats to prove this, so once again, take my words with a grain of salt, but, like, I mean, And if you have like a glass half full kind of guy, right? Then you're probably gonna be, if you're an optimist, you're probably gonna be a little happier overall in life, or at least you're gonna be a little happier because you're gonna see the best in things and you're gonna be less stressed overall. I mean, I think it just follows logic at least. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean it makes sense. I mean, so perhaps it's just the way you're looking at it, Icky. Maybe it's just you're looking at being a boy in like a way that's like in I don't know what way I guess Icky would be looking at it that would be like would stress them out or stress him out, but I mean I obviously because I haven't actually asked Icky myself, so I don't know, but maybe it's that. I mean, I'm saying maybe it's. I'm not saying Icky. It's just your mindset. That's all it is. I don't know that for sure. Okay, it's just a speculation. But yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm right on this, or am I just absolutely off the mark? I would love to hear what you guys have to say, because getting comments is nice because I get to like see what people think of my video and see what people think of what I said, and get critiques and maybe get like maybe some good praise, and saying your video is good, I liked it, it was fun to watch or something, I don't know. Or you're absolutely right, Elginai. Okay, okay. Anyway, yeah, okay, let's watch the video. Whatever, dude.
The girl ones.
I was like the toxic version of all this.
Why?
It would be like, oh, I want to do that, and then it's like, no, you don't. Be a man.
Exactly. It's based on what you learn growing up.
Yeah.
I watched like Little Britain with my dad, where they do that like
Yeah.
really really transphobic kind of jokes and stuff. Like it's like a guy dressed as a woman, he has a mustache, right? And the joke is that the other guy is like thinks they're sexy, like she's so fit. He goes to the bathroom and she's there like pulling a skirt up, pissing at the urinal. It can fuck you up, right?
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, but like, okay, what do I think of this? Wouldn't it be offensive to? And never mind. I guess it wouldn't be. I guess, but like, I know. Wouldn't it be like offensive to people who are biological? I was gonna say people who are biologically female. Would it be offensive to them if you're dressing the way they typically dress? Like, wouldn't that be like offensive because you're or act? Oh, sorry, no, act. So what I mean, what I should say is acting stereotypically feminine and acting like that's what being a woman is. Okay, wouldn't that be offensive? Like acting like the stereotypical way that you see being a woman is, right? The way that you think that being a woman is, like liking pink. Like Finster said, like, we're saying that he likes feminine things and doesn't really like masculine things. Well, apparently that makes him like gender fluid or trans or something, right? Well, saying that that's all a woman is, that's all a woman means is that, well, is that all a woman is just liking stereotypical feminine stuff, and it has nothing to do with like having the genes to give birth or having the genes to like be able to like like having like the genotype to like or or phenotype or like expression of the genotype or it's like a genotype that would incline you to under normal circumstances if nothing else goes wrong to have birth to be able to like have the correct to have the phenotype be functional to be able to birth children. I mean but like to say that that's like not what a woman is and say like, well, a woman is just someone who likes Barbie dolls and who likes wearing stockings and like really is like why would that not be offensive to women? Like it's saying that's what a woman is. A woman is just that. Reducing a woman to that, wouldn't that be offensive to women? I mean, I'd imagine so.
Because your perspective of all this is that it's wrong, it's kind of gross, or like it.
Yeah, it's not what you kind of grow up getting like this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
It's getting so much better, but when I was younger, there was no like fully transitioned woman that was like in any kind of media. Like the normal sort of trans woman that looks like a woman, they weren't in media. It's just this caricature.
I think the first time I knew anything about trans people was most likely from back in my day, a Ben Shapiro video in 2016.
Really? Jesus Christ.
I'm nearly certain I'd never met anyone that was trans.
You watched a Ben Shapiro video?
I used to watch Ben Shapiro all the time.
That explains everything.
I know. 14-year-old me through 16-year-old me.
Oh, that's
You're an
why we're
asshole.
so different. So, I didn't.
And I used to watch like Ben Shapiro when I was younger too. I actually used to watch Charlie Kirk too. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, by the way. May I hope he's in heaven, or hope he goes to heaven at the end of the day. So, I mean, he's Christian. He was Christian, so I imagine so. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I used to watch like I used to watch a lot of this like Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, all that stuff. I mean, I will admit, it kind of did make me think. It kind of did make me think that the left hated me, or that the left hated me because of the way I am, or because of what I believe. And then I was like, you know what? I thought, you know, then maybe they don't, you know. And then I'm like, nah. Well, and then I'm like, well, like there's a large amount of people that do, but like, not everyone does. Like, if just because someone's on the left does not mean they hate you or your opinion or find you. But like, there are plenty of extremists on the left. But there's, I mean, of course, there's some on the right as well, obviously, but the people on the left, I mean, some of them are pretty chill. You know, some of my people are pretty cool. You know, they just have a different opinion, and they, you know, I mean, but I think generally the left is, in general, as a party, more radicalized than it was before, than it used to be, and so you're gonna see more people that are going to like probably hate you for having a different opinion, or like to reject you. Or, I mean, you'll see people on the left, like these extreme people on the left as well, like you'll see them disown their own family, or you'll see them like like call you a traitor if you change your opinion, or if you don't agree with them on something. If you're even if you are like on the left, like if you're on the left and you know someone who's on the left, like that's extreme like that, and you like disagree with them on something, or if you like I don't know, like, or if you come the right, then you'll call you a traitor. Of like, or if you're like black or something, and you from what I believe I've heard is like, if you're like black and like you say they're conservative, like some people might say that you're a traitor to your race or something. This is based on some stuff I may have heard and stuff, but so take this with a grain of salt once again. But like, and this is not representative of all the people on the left, obviously. So please don't think this is everyone on the left. This is just like the extremists, like the ones that, you know what I'm talking about, like the TikTok leftists maybe, or like the extremist leftists that'll disown their family or disown people because they have a different opinion. That's that type of leftist, not like not all leftists. But anyway,
Go into any kind of right-wing stuff or
Oh.
left-wing stuff. I didn't do anything, right? I would have considered myself normal in that I was very middle of the road. I didn't even know what a trans person was, really. Took somebody else telling me for me to figure it out. I got what's the word that people say we do to people?
Indoctrinating.
Yeah, I got indoctrinated by a cis person. Yeah, I was dating somebody. They were cis, and
Yeah.
they talked to me about my gender. They said, "I think this means something."
It's those evil cis people going after our
they
children.
indoctrinated me completely and entirely.
Did you know they teach things in schools, cis people? You know they're teachers?
Oh my god.
God, it's fucking disgusting. They can marry each other now. They're people. Oh, God.
Anyway, I didn't have that right wing.
I think that's like a mockery on like people saying that talk about trans people in schools. But like, generally, sometimes you see trans people in school, like they'll talk about the transgender stuff a bit, and they'll make it a bit of a thing in their school, even though you know it probably. But I don't really know how to respond to that. I mean, trans people are people, sure, but like, it's not something about them being trans, but like, I guess it's about them like, I guess about like the kids, I guess like finding out about it. So anyway,
By implying. So I don't have the only negative thoughts I have come from like a family member.
I've got a thing. I have a story to tell you.
Yeah.
I wonder what you'd say to it.
Yeah.
I've never told you this. I've never told this story. During my
Yes.
Ben Shapiro days, I'd watched all this stuff on trans people. Never seen a single trans person in my life.
Yeah.
I must have been like 15 or something at this
Yeah.
time. Even I, at the time, as like a 14 or 15-year-old, I went downstairs to my mum, who's like a big old feminist, and just went, "Hey, you know, with trans people and stuff, can we talk about it? Can we talk?" Because what I said specifically was, because the opinion at the time was that it was like a mental illness.
Yeah.
I said, like, there's no way that
Well, Icky literally just has a shirt that says dysphoria on it, so, I mean, is it not a mental illness according to them? I mean, what?
can be true. Like, is it not a mental illness? How does this work? Even I at the time was questioning all the fucking propaganda as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Just like, could you explain to me why it's not a mental illness? And my mum did a great job with that. And then I stopped watching Ben Shapiro videos. You know, these people, they're not hurting anyone. I don't need to care. Like, I clearly, I was caring way too much.
They're not hurting anyone. You think that, you don't think that, getting kids, like minors, telling minors that they're trans, like, and getting them to transition, and getting them at a young age before they can even consent to, like, stuff like cigarettes and alcohol, or even go to war, like, getting, like, them to be able to castrate themselves at, like, the age of, like, 15, or even 13, maybe in some cases, or, like, as a minor, like, them being able to, like, choose that, without the parents' consent even, right? You think that people, like, doing that you think that people indoctrinating that, like, or people doing that's not hurting people? I guess maybe his argument's, like, being, like, oh, well, someone being trans, like, I guess, like, maybe that's not what he was talking about. Maybe he was talking about, like, being trans, if you identify as a woman, that's not hurting anyone. Where, like, okay, well, I might be hurting yourself, I guess, but, I mean, or if you go to if you're like dating someone who's like cis and like, or I guess it goes like with the terms like that's not trans, you're trans and you don't tell them that you're trans, maybe that could, and then you tell them later, like after like you're dating or something, or after you do stuff like then that might be like, I can see how that could like hurt somebody. That could be like that's dishonest and stuff. So, but anyway,
affect my life zero. It means nothing. Why does everyone else care? And then I just kind of
I know that's probably not, obviously not serious, but if transgenderism means nothing, then why are you trans? If it means nothing, then why the heck are you trans and making so many videos about this? If this is all nothing, why are you doing that? It's clearly not nothing.
It felt weird because like if it felt like I was in with like crazy people that were obsessing over stuff that didn't exist. You know, just let them do what the they want to do. Other people this is clearly a bigger thing. Why do you care? Why do I care?
Well, I'm really glad that got you out of it. But obviously, there's like resentment stuff in there. There's gotta be.
Well, yeah. Why do you care? It's not like there's people like that will get really mad at you if you don't call them what they want to be called. Like when it comes to pronouns, even though you don't believe that, you know, and they'll call you a terrible person if you don't do that. Like, it's not like there's people who will like do that or anything. It's not like it'll affect me if like I call someone the wrong pronouns, you know, that identifies as trans. It's not like that'll affect me at all. You know, they're not gonna get probably mad at me or anything, or at least, you know, I don't know. I mean, not all trans people get mad at you, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's my point is it's a thing. It's a thing that it happens. People get mad at you for calling the wrong pronouns. I mean, to them at least, they're in mind the wrong pronouns. I mean, I don't think that, despite Finster and Icky making a lot of videos about this, I don't think they've really thought about this too much. I mean, I know like they looked at the studies and stuff, but I don't know if they've really like honestly like took a thought about it and gone, well, what is like, and gone like, well, does it really affect people? I mean, I'm not saying you have to like super like research every little thing you're saying, make sure every word that comes out of your mouth is like supported by like a Harvard study backed by another 2 Yale studies or something. No, I'm not saying that, but you know, I mean, at least maybe like take a bit of a thought about it. You know, I mean, or if you didn't think too much about it, maybe say like take it with a grain of salt, or you guys like this might not be like, well, this is my opinion, or this is what like I've noticed, or this is my experience. You know, and let them know that it's not like a super, you know, like something like that's like it's not like it's like proven or anything. I don't know. You guys get the point, you know.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that's part of the reason why, like, with the voice in my head thing, I'm so tied to it being a guy.
So you can kind of get stuck in these like same routines of like I'm gonna transition, or I want to. Say you're a trans woman, you've accepted it, you've started HRT, you're struggling with your identity because you've started HRT and things are changing slowly. There kind of can be a phase where like you're not quite accepting it.
You're expecting a big change, and
Yeah.
you're not making a big change.
You're not making a big change. Yeah, it can fuck with you as a trans person if you kind of keep doing the same things you were doing before, like wearing the same clothes,
Yeah.
playing video games that you used to play. You can carry on doing that.
It helps to do more female-centric sort of stuff, like forget how to drive. Go to...
I'm gonna throw your estrogen away.
No! I don't know how to drive.
Like playing video games and stuff with your friends, perfect. You can carry on doing that. But what you said is great. You also need to add in some more feminine things. You have to kind of accept that, right? Obviously, only do stuff that you enjoy. You don't have to force yourself to like be like this caricature of a woman. Gender expression is performative. It's a
Wait, you have to force yourself to be a caricature of a woman. But isn't that kind of what, like you do when you like feminine things, and then you say you are a woman because you like things that are like associated with women? That means you are a woman. Like, isn't that like doing like being a caricature of a woman? Then if you're saying you're a woman, like what?
It's a real thing, but it's performative.
This all goes for trans guys too, I just realized.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
All this does sound a bit like you need to pretend to be, or something like that, right? And that's a thing that a lot of like cis people think about trans people.
Yeah.
However, most people see gender as a binary thing. If you're transitioning to a binary sort of gender, you're gonna associate, and everyone in society will associate binary-based stereotypical things with that gender, and so will your brain. So by doing some of the dumb stereotypical binary gendered stuff, you do sort of click into that thing. Like, if you're a trans guy, go out, throw some shit around, light fire or something. What do guys do?
That was really sexy because you were so smart and informed, and then you ruined it.
Hell yeah.
That was a great way to explain it. Like, we learn all this stupid societal as we grow up. It just is a thing. The whole trans women, like, they paint their nails and play with Barbies. That's so stereotypical. Like, why are they doing that if gender doesn't exist? It's way more complicated than that.
I'm also not smart enough to be able to therapize or meditate my way out of having binary gendered views of things.
Yeah, some people have.
I'm always going to think,
better.
painting your nails, girly. I don't know how to ever get rid of that.
It's hard.
But it's just a thing that you grow up with, to be honest.
Like, cis women grew up with it, right? They had their whole childhood and teenage years to learn all of the girly things that they enjoyed, and
Also to make mistakes.
to make mistakes, to learn makeup, to do, everything. Trans women don't get that opportunity. We get, like you said, a year, and then we have to do it right.
It's the social, like, internet rule. You get 1 or
Yeah.
2 years, you got to figure your sense of style out, or they can make fun of you. That's
But
the
there's a
internet
lot
rule.
of stuff to learn. There's so much to learn, like what you're into. It vibrated. Is that good? Especially as like a trans person, because your self-identity is so, your inner identity is so like wobbly because of all the horrible media stuff and all the hate. It's like, it's hard to feel confident in being that internally because of how shitty everyone treats trans people. Other people aren't gendering your features or how you look even nearly as much as you were doing to yourself. To trust those around you. Trust how you're being treated.
This is the bit that I just...
Trans people being treated badly. Where? I mean, I'm not saying trans people aren't treated badly at all. I'm just saying, like, you'll also see cis people treated badly too. I mean, like, because they don't agree with trans people. I mean, or like what? Okay, whatever.
just like can't get on board with.
Why?
It's so hard. It's so difficult.
To trust other people?
Yeah. Like
Why?
they're not good sources.
They are.
They're not
If you go
because
to a store and
Can you trust yourself?
they call you ma'am, you've done it.
I always see it as like they're trying to be polite. Like they're just
What's the difference?
better people.
What's the difference?
It sounds shitty, but like the
Better people trying to be polite. Well, is it polite to lie to somebody? I mean,
want is that they don't even need to think about your gender. But
That's-
if someone has to think about it and then makes the decision to say, I should label this like ma'am or whatever.
How do you know they're doing that though?
I don't, but that's what I'm saying is they easily could be. and that is a thing that people do.
That
I
doesn't
just don't know it. But the thing that you're experiencing is the same. It's hard to tell.
Best way to be happy about transitioning
Like-
is to have a good foundation internally that you are the correct identity, right? If you believe it and you told yourself and you accept that it is true.
Tell yourself that it's true, so you can tell you it's true. I mean, why don't you do like research on it and like decide after you've done like enough research from like unbiased sources. I guess it's hard to find, so maybe just one of each, like a source from each side or a couple sources from each side. You know, to see if you can really be trans, or like, you know, maybe watch King Critical. Maybe you know, watch him. You guys should definitely watch him. This is like, he's not. I don't obviously. I don't know him personally or anything. I just think he's really cool. I like his channel. So you guys should watch King Critical. Anyway.
It doesn't matter what happens with everybody else. Nobody can take it away from you. Cis women get misgendered. It just sometimes people say the wrong word. It just happens. But you as a trans person are way more likely to take it to heart or think about it too much or worry about it. You're holding yourself back.
Yeah.
You're enforcing what you have learned that you should be and not accepting what you are, really.
Great line.
Transitioning gets a lot easier once you realize that your brain has been correct the entire time. Your brain has been the
So it's basically brain over body. Your body doesn't matter because your brain says you're a woman actually. So you're a woman. Your body totally has no bearing on that. It's just your brain. It's just you know. It's confusing. It's confusing because like terms are like really mixed up and used in like weird ways, and they're like terms are just like kind of, you know, they're not like solidify, like I don't know, I'd have to like solidify the meanings of these terms and stuff, like gender, what is gender, what sex, what is sex, you know, what is woman. I mean, that's why what is a woman is so popular. It's a good question. It's a legitimately good and legit question, right? What is a woman? It matters, right? I mean, I know some people say it's a lot more complicated, but you know, woman is to me as of right now is at least someone who's like phenotype is to make eggs, or genotype or phenotype is like make eggs, and like their genotype is like their DNA is like designed to produce eggs, or yeah, it's a woman, right? I mean, I have to look more into it too because like it might be more nuanced than that too, but you know, definitions don't have to necessarily be perfect. I mean, because there's plenty of definitions that we don't have that are probably aren't perfect, but are acceptable. You know, so I mean, acceptable definition isn't necessarily a perfect one. It's just one that's functional enough that is grounded in reality. You know, and that applies to like as much stuff as possible. That applies to as much stuff like applies to like I don't know how to explain that. Maybe I just discard that for now because like that last bit. But anyway,
gender that you are the entire time, right? You were already a woman. You were already a man. It's just your body that needs adjusting. The voice in your head is just something you've learned.
Okay, so who decides that your body needs adjusting to your brain? Why wouldn't you adjust your brain to your body? Why wouldn't you do that? Why can't it be the other way around? Why does it have to be? Well, I actually have to I have to make my body different so my brain can be happy. Why I have to make why do you have to make your body different to fit your idea of like what you think you should look like because of how your brain is, right? I mean, why do you have to do that? Or why is
the
that
entire time
encouraged?
Don't let it hold you back. Don't listen to them when they tell you to hurt people, when they tell you to kill. You shouldn't listen to them.
Unless it sounds really fun.
Be trans, do crime,
subscribe.
and please buy my
What outro is that?
clothes when they release. I really need you to buy them, otherwise I think like I really.
Okay, that's the video, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did I do a good job refuting anything? Or my arguments absolute buttocks, okay? You guys let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. I don't know if anyone's watching this far into this video, but if you are, thank you so much. May God bless you. Well, actually, may God bless everyone watching this video right now. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. This is probably my longest video so far. Oh my goodness, it's just like a 19-minute video I watched, bro. Why does my video have to be like an hour and like almost 15 minutes long? My goodness, dude. I'm a yapper, you guys. I'm a yapper. But anyway, God bless y'all. Well, is there anything else just to do? It's been a while since I made a video, so I'm kind of it is without a script, so hopefully I did decent. I praise the Lord for my answers, like me being able to answer any of these, really. I praise the Lord for that. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. If you guys like the video, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you think, and I will read comments. And then subscribe if you're new and if you like my content. So check out my other content as well. It'd be great if you did. God bless you guys. Thank you. I'll get out. Bye.